and welcome to this edition of Trinity in 20. If you have tuned in for Trinity in 20 before, this looks a little different because usually in the past we would have a sermon and a prayer and maybe do an announcement and send you on your way. What we are starting to do is we would like to do essentially some video announcements where we can make a little more conversation about some of the things that are taking place. Sunday morning isn't always the best time because we have time constraints, but here we have 20 minutes or less and would like to talk a little bit about some of the life that we are having together here at Trinity and some opportunities for you to participate in our life together. As we're here, you can look around, and I'm sure Joe can show you the nave of our church. There is a lot of stuff that is not up. We are getting ready for this weekend, a traditionally large weekend in the life of our parish. We call it May Music. And I brought along with me this week our head musician, Bob Hobby. Most of you know Bob. And so Bob is going to tell us about May Music. Bob, tell us about May Music.
Great. Thank you, Pastor. Yeah, it's really exciting this year for us. This is a long-standing tradition, but we haven't really been able to do it in person for a while because of the pandemic. So it's really exciting to be able to have our ensembles, 7 ensembles actually, 4 vocal ensembles, 3 instrumental ensembles, joined by players from the Fort Wayne Philharmonic Players Association. We'll all be putting all of the music together to celebrate not only Good Shepherd Sunday, but also as kind of a culmination of this year, celebrating the music ministry and specifically the number of people who give of their time and talent to try to bring people closer to God. So at the 10:30 service this week, we'll have quite a few people all the way from the back balcony to the area up here in front, from children, I believe, about 5 years old to the other end of the age spectrum, all seeking to praise God. So we would love to have you join us either physically or via the stream for our beloved May Music Festival.
Excellent. Yeah, this is how many years?
Probably about 6 generations.
6 generations.
Yes.
7 groups, not 6, not 8. 7. Come and count them, and you can join us for that. Thanks, Bob. We also have, part of what happens with that tradition also is that there's a children's art program that goes along with part of the kids get together not only on Wednesdays to then rehearse music in choirs, but they also have an art program. And one of our musicians, Evan Anderson, works with the kids, and then our art director, Michaela Tedder, and our family ministries director, Aaron Kircher. Not family ministries, kids ministry. Yeah, you know, she's in charge of everything that we are trying to do. So they're also part of May Music Day, and they have something special for you as well.
Yes, so as Pastor mentioned, our Wednesday evening program is called E3, and it's for school-age children. And they come for 2 hours on a Wednesday afternoon, and they spend half of the time learning to sing in a choir. And Evan Anderson will tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so they've been singing almost once a month, and you'll see them this Sunday. They'll be lined up
They're the
along
cute
that.
ones.
What's that?
They're the cute ones.
Yeah, they are the cute ones. They are, yeah, and they're lined up. They'll be lined up in that transept balcony. So come this Sunday, and you'll hear them sing a few times during the service.
And then the other portion of that program is giving children the opportunity to engage in visual arts. And so this year and years past, we've brought in guest artists from the community and from our congregation to teach the children a particular skill, do different units with them. So this year the children have learned needle felting, we've done cave painting.
Cave painting?
Cave painting. Yeah.
Cave painting?
Yeah.
What a cool thing.
We made our own paints, and then we painted a cave that we created in our tunnel. And so that also led us to an interesting idea of this tunnel that we have under the nave of our church can be different spaces, and we can create different spaces and places within that tunnel that if you just walk through on a Sunday morning, looks like a tunnel that goes underneath of a church. So we made a cave in that tunnel and we painted it. And then I'll pass it off to Michaela Tedder, who is our current guest artist. She's come in for our last unit, and she did something completely different with the tunnel. And it was a really interesting way to show the children that as an artist, you have the ability to transform space. You have the ability to create something different in a place that already looks the way, to completely transform it. And so I'll have Michaela tell you a little bit more about that.
Yes, so I was really excited because what I wanted to work on was to educate children about the pollution in the ocean. So our theme was to create an underwater ocean. That makes sense, but and it to be made completely of reusable materials and plastic, and just to challenge their creative minds. So we asked the congregation to donate their recyclables or we had a list, and you all came through, and we had so many materials to use this underground art installation of the ocean. And it was really amazing because we allowed this process to be a little open-minded. I gave them examples, but then they came up with examples of what they wanted to create for this experience. And I wanted to show them that you can create art with literally trash, and you can also allow an experience for people to understand something that maybe they didn't, or walk away from something that you created that allows you to ponder something. That can be a power of art. And so it's really beautiful. It's magical. I really encourage you to go down there and see what these kids have created, because their imaginations are amazing.
Welcome to the tunnel. So this is what the E3 kids have created. We have our jellyfish here, which are all made out of the plastic bags that you get from grocery stores, and then they kind of cut up that in different fabrics that we've gotten to create the tentacles. And then if you look along the walls, we have the fish that they had painted and colored. And then when you go down, you'll see that we put the bottles to show like the plastic, and then they've created coral reefs that they dyed some coffee filters with markers, and they came up and wanted to create all of these coral reefs themselves, and really had a really great imagination. There's plastic bottles, there's toilet paper tubes, there's all sorts of different things that were used to create these coral reefs. So I really encourage you to come down and explore and see what they used to create this amazing experience.
So this Sunday, the tunnel will be open after the service. We'll have all the lights on. It'll be open and ready to go, and we'll be downstairs. So please come down and see what the children have created.
Excellent. As we kind of, thanks for that. Thanks for all the things that you did to kind of make that happen. If you are able to be at Trinity, especially on Sunday, come and make the journey downstairs to see the underwater experience. It truly is a full-up experience. And we also need to note here in this time that Michaela, who is the designer of that, is our new award-winning artist on our staff. If you have been to Trinity or you've seen some of the announcements, Michaela is the one who created the window for the downtown window displays, and Michaela won first place, People's Choice Award for the whole city. So we're very proud of her, and come and see that as well. You can see the window. It faces the Washington Boulevard entrance to the church. So come and look at that as well. So congratulations to Michaela. But there is more. One more thing. Bob, tell us a little more.
Well,
there is one more thing.
Another wonderful opportunity to see Michaela's display in the window would be at our Fridays in May concert series. I do know the exact time when this started, Pastor. It was 1986, and just an opportunity to give local musicians opportunities to perform. So it runs from 12:10 to 12:40, and it begins on Friday, May 6th. And so
where is it? Is it in here?
The first one will begin in here, and we're very pleased. We have the chamber choir from Concordia Lutheran High School singing, and they won first place in the jazz state competition this year, and they're doing their set that they won with singing, but also a variety of other things. So that's on the 6th. On the 13th, we have a woodwind quintet, the Janicki consort, and so that's kind of a neat combination of wind instruments. That will be in the chapel. The following week actually is music from the Ukraine, and Alexander Klaypak, who is our principal pianist with the Fort Wayne Philharmonic, comes from the Ukraine, and he will be sharing beautiful piano music in Wagonels Hall. That's the 20th, the third week of May. And then finally, we have the A440 string quartet wrapping up the season. So there's a lot of variety in that. 12:10 to 12:40. There's no cost for the program, although we are doing something special this month, and that's just having some receptacles to receive offerings if people choose to share, which will be directed towards the refugees from Ukraine. And
Thank you.
It's a small way to be able to help.
Yeah, thank you. As receptacles, it's a box. Put your offering in the box, and help us support the people who are refugees from the fighting in Ukraine. Thank you for all of that. Thank you, all of you, for putting all of this together, for making this possible. If you are seeing this on Friday morning, don't forget the first concert for May Music, or Fridays in May. Fridays in May. Thank you. Friday is this afternoon, and then the ones that will follow then each subsequent Friday afternoon. If you are watching this, we're glad to have you here with us. If there are particular things that you would like to hear a little more about in terms of our life together, our space, our building, our space here in our city, drop me a note. We'd like to be able to build this out so that we can talk a little more about the things that we do here at Trinity and our life both together and with the people of our city. God's peace be with you wherever you find yourself this week, and we look forward to you joining us live stream or in person this week. Have a great week.